All right, now that college football is back, I want to make some of my predictions for some selected teams. And I'll be doing this one at a time. Now, it's already understood that we're in a new era of college football with some new drama. And I bet there will be yet another deserving team left out of this new playoff format. And as fans, we're all for it. Let's not pretend we're not. But let's look at the one team I'm actually interested in, the University of Colorado. Head coach Deion Primetime Sanders needs no introduction. Although some of you older guys will simply refer to him as Time, he's probably the most polarizing coach in the country still. And he has quite a few accomplishments under his belt, most notably making Jackson State and HBCU one of the most recognized football programs while he was coaching there. Completely turning that football program around for the better, recruiting 4- and 5-star players who turned down other Power 5 programs just to play for him. So I just wanted to quickly acknowledge that. But let's look at the challenges he has coming into this new season, starting with a 6-game losing streak over his head. Now, looking at the schedule, because of who they're playing in the season opener, that streak should come to an end. At least it better be, despite going up against one of the better FCS teams in the country. But let's look at this game by game. I mean, at the end of this, I'm going to give a range. Basically, 2 different records. A probability for a potential best and worst record. So let's say against North Dakota State, this is a win. Nebraska on the road, going up against what I'm assuming will be a slightly improved and better team. I say this is a winnable game, but when I say winnable, I'm leaning Colorado, but they can still blow this game like they did against Stanford last year. Nebraska will be thinking payback. So this should be their first real test. Now, at Colorado State, on the road, although last year's game was fun to watch, I feel like this should be a win. Baylor, I'll say that Colorado wins this game. UCF, this is also a team with a lot to prove, just like Colorado, and I honestly don't know which black and gold team will win this one. This is a toss-up, but let's call this a winnable game. Kansas State, too physical. I'm calling this one a true loss. Arizona on the road, they played them pretty good last year. At home, though. I want them to surprise me. Winnable game, not betting the house on them, though. Cincinnati, I see this as a winnable game, although Cincinnati actually played pretty tough in most of their losses last season. Colorado better be careful with this one. Texas Tech, I don't know about you, but this is a toss-up for me. Let's say this is a winnable game. Now, Utah, although they played them tough on the road last year, I'll say this is a loss. At Kansas, I'm going to have to say this is also a loss because Kansas is actually going to be a pretty dangerous team for anybody in the Big 12. And this could be a breakout year for them to not only make it to the conference championship, but a playoff appearance as well. And finally, Oklahoma State, I'm not seeing them winning this game either. Another loss here. So if they actually win the games I feel are winnable, at best they can go 8-4. Bowl eligible. Now, how meaningful will a bowl game be with this new playoff format anyway? But worst case, if they blow those winnable games, they'll be taking a step back at 3-9. And that won't look good for Coach Prime. In fact, that will be a disaster. One of my biggest questions out of several will be their offensive line. Can they do a better job protecting the quarterback? And can the quarterback do a better job protecting himself? Because as we should know, he tends to hold on to that football too long. That pretty much explains why he was one of the most sacked quarterbacks in the country. And as a team, even if they got all the talent Coach Prime was looking for out of that transfer portal, just remember last year, they were one of the most penalized teams in the country. Discipline is a skill set in itself, and they simply did not have it last year. And I put that solely on the shoulders of the head coach. And are they going to have a running game this year? Nobody talks about that. The running game seems to be swept under the rug. And one more thing. Are they going to continue wearing down their best players? Playing them on both sides of the ball at over 100 snaps a game. And you know who I'm speaking of. Travis Hunter. And it's not like other football teams don't do this. But if you're trying to make it to the playoffs, I don't think you should be trying to play your best players on both sides of the ball. That's all I'm saying. I just don't see that as part of a winning formula. But that's just me. But where I stand, making their debut back to the Big 12, I do not see them making it to a conference championship. I do not see them making the college football playoffs. I don't believe they'll have the depth to last even through the regular season. I could be wrong. And I want to be proven wrong. Yes, I've seen the changes made with that offensive line, but we'll see come mid-season. And hey, if you made it this far, do the channel a favor and hit that subscribe button and like this video. But do you think Colorado will do better than I predicted or worse? I'll see you in the next video. Leave your thoughts in the comments.